This is procurement spectrum. Right now, there are 4 parties in your next negotiation, not 2. You, the supplier, your AI, and theirs. Most procurement teams have not noticed the shift yet. Let me show you how to make sure yours wins the next round. Start with the shift almost nobody has priced in. 60% of large enterprise procurement teams now use generative AI inside supplier negotiations, and so do their suppliers. So the negotiation has 4 parties now, not 2. You, the supplier, your AI, and theirs. And here is the trap. If your AI is generic and theirs is sales trained, you lose ground in every single round. When I hit procurement, the advice was simple: just write a good prompt. But that assumes 2 things: that you are a prompt engineer and that the AI already knows procurement. For most teams, neither is true. So the prompts come out generic, the outputs hallucinate, and the AI becomes theater instead of leverage. This library is built to fix exactly that. We watched procurement teams use AI in real negotiations and reviews. The same 5 gaps came up every time. 1. No procurement vocabulary baked in. The words that matter, should cost, walk away, most favored nation, are treated as afterthoughts. 2. No guardrails against hallucination, so the AI quietly invents figures and industry standards. 3. No tool routing. People run everything through one AI when the right tool changes with the task. 4. No confidentiality discipline. Real supplier names and contract values pasted straight into public tools. And 5. No starting point. Write a prompt for this is a blank page if you are not a prompt engineer. So we built the answer. A free prompt library and generator made specifically for procurement work with no sign-up and no email gate. You pick a scenario, refine a few inputs, and it hands you a paste-ready prompt that is already sanitized and routed to the right AI tool. Think of it as a workbench that should have existed a year ago. Here is the promise: 90 seconds from a blank box to a working procurement-grade prompt. Not a rough draft you still have to fix. A prompt that is already tested, sanitized, and pointed at the right AI tool. You do not need to know prompt engineering. The engineering is baked in, so your job is just the procurement thinking. Underneath sits a simple framework called Craft P6 parts. You supply 5, and we add the 6th. Context, your actual intent. Role, who the AI should be in the room. Action, the verb, the thing it must do. Format, the exact shape of the output you want back. Tweaks, the tone and the length. And the P, procurement safeguards, injected automatically. That last layer is the whole difference between a generic prompt and a procurement one. The library ships with 15 pre-built procurement scenarios. Between them, they cover about 80% of the moments a buyer actually faces in a week. Each one arrives with sensible defaults already filled in, so you are never starting from an empty screen. And span the whole job, not just negotiation. 7 areas of procurement. 3 cover negotiation prep, from planning a round to handling a price increase. 3 cover sourcing, evaluating an RFP, finding alternative suppliers, building a question pack. 2 are built for the live round itself, decoding a supplier statement and drafting a counteroffer in real time. Then supplier management with quarterly business reviews, contract clause work, difficult stakeholder communications, and a 30-minute supplier risk score. One library, the whole desk. This is not a theory. Across 23 tracked negotiations, the numbers are clear. AI-enabled buyers closed on average 14% closer to should cost than comparable peers without it. The 2-screen habit, negotiation on one screen and AI on the other, cut live rounds by 30 to 50%. And with 60% of large teams already using AI in negotiations, the buyer who opts out is simply the least prepared person in the room. Now, tool choice. There is no single best AI for procurement. There is a best tool for each moment. For long documents and clause-by-clause contract work, Claude is markedly stronger. For live web data, commodity prices, recent supplier news, Gemini wins. And anything confidential stays inside your tenant with Copilot Enterprise. You do not have to remember any of this. Each scenario in the library already routes itself to the right tool. And here is the risk almost nobody governs. Between 28 and 42% of practitioners admit pasting real supplier data into public AI tools. Real names, real contract values, real strategic plans dropped into a tool that may train on them. So every prompt in the library carries a sanitization step and a number 0 checker run automatically. Discipline, not skepticism. So what do you actually do with this? 4 moves, and you can start this week. 1. Pick a single AI tool and master it before you add a second. Depth beats spread. 2. Learn 10 prompts from the library, starting with your most common scenarios, not all 15 at once. 3. Build the 2-screen habit. Run the meeting on one screen, keep the AI ready on the other. 4. Sanitize every paste. Run the checker before anything real leaves your building, every time. And one warning that matters more than any prompt. The failure mode that destroys deals is the confident, invented fact. In one case, a buyer cited an AI-generated competitor benchmark. The supplier proved it was fabricated, walked, and the buyer's credibility took 18 months to recover. Validate every figure before you speak it. Every briefing ends the same way with the Spectrum Scorecard. 4 dials on where this really stands. AI adoption in procurement, rising on both sides of the table. The preparation gap between AI-enabled and generic buyers, widening. Confidentiality risk, with real data going into public tools, high and mostly ungoverned. Which leaves one conclusion. The window to build this discipline is right now, before the next round. The teams that win the 2026 negotiation room are not the ones with the most expensive AI subscriptions. They are the ones with the discipline to prepare, to validate every figure, and to stay confidential under pressure. Go build all 15 prompts yourself. The library and the research behind it cost nothing at procurement-specific.com. Hit subscribe and let us walk into the next round together.